You guys, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Stop it. Stop. I'm not supposed to. It wasn't supposed to go yet. Hold on. It wasn't supposed to go yet. Customize subscribers, 5 minutes. Save. Okay, so I was like, hey, and it's like, okay, 3, 2, 1, you're live. And I was like, no. There's like 5 other things I wanted to do, but it didn't. Oh, Crystal's not driving. It's the best day of my life. Hey, you guys. Okay, so for those of you who hate the fact that chat is going up over my face, what you need to do is, okay, wait, what was it, Crystal? So save for later, right? Save this to your watch later and hop out. Go into your watch later and start watching me from there, and it should fix that situation for you guys. I'm live. Hi. Okay, I have a story about why I found it very necessary to tell everybody that my husband may or may not have a gun. Hi, you guys. And then I want to show you something. I'm going to wait until there are a few more people, and then I want to show you guys something. Hi, Sean the Gleeman. Hi. How is everybody? How's our Friday, whatever time frame you're in? Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Saturday morning? Should you call in the last hour of work? Yes, Sean. How dare you have a job? Hi, Lori. Hi, you guys. 5:33 for some of you. You've never been to the beginning of a live, Julie? Well, welcome. It's awkward. Usually I don't have it to subscribers only because I feel like we can be brave, and then everybody comes in and is like, you know, hi, do you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, several. Sean. Saturday morning for Lisa. Really? I thought you were in Canada, but you're in Australia. Julie's got it late. Dang, girl. Big snowstorm coming from Mary. Mary, where are you again? I think you're in Indiana, right? You had a appointment for a DEXA scan. Hate those because they're like, girl, you're fat. And it hurts my feelings every time. And the machine was broken, Lena. I'm sorry. Long-time stalker. First-time joiner. It's a mama's life. Do you have a real name, or should I just call you mom? Like everybody else, I'm sure, in your life is like, mom. Hey, guys. Hi, Karen, honey. Oh, Lisa's in Australia. Okay. Minnesota, way off. Mary, we talked about this. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to get up to 7 inches. Giggity. Angie, I knew you were in Fort Worth. I forget, but I know. Like, I forget, but I know. Alberta, Canada. Got a big one coming too. Rebecca, I bet you do. Hi, Dana. You're not late, honey. Also, I showed up to Jamie Chaotic's live after she had been live for like an hour and a half. I was like, hey. She's like, no, I'm saying goodbye. I was like, F word, sorry. Can you say Lena, then Lena? Lena, Lena. Hi, you guys. I can't believe I forgot where you live. I'm sorry, Mary. It's hard. I'm trying so hard to hold a lot of things in my brain, especially when you have things like California Animal Lover 1961, whose name is Pam. Like, I'm feeling totally fine, Julie. South Dakota's getting snow. Estill is in Southern Oregon. Where in Southern Oregon? Tell me right now. Crystal, my love. Okay, so Gretchen, if you go to Tradwife's channel and see this live, hit the 3 dots and save to watch later. Watch later videos. Click your avatar, go to the channel to see them. I'm not going to sneeze. Damn it. Sorry, I hit you. Medford! Stop. I'm going to be so close to you. Okay, so here's the thing. Medford. I'm going to be right there soon. Because I grew up in Wairika. Like Medford's where we went grocery shopping and then we'd go to the mall. Oh my God, that was crazy. I got robbed. Okay. You're north of Medford. Exotic you are, Jennifer? What, like Grants Pass? Because I'll be there too. I kind of love to see you guys. Angie's in Fort Worth, which I won't be close enough to Fort. Oh, Angie, I'm going to be in, I say it wrong all the time because I'm crazy. Hold on. What's right next to Dallas? And don't say Fort Worth because that would be dumb. Don't say that. Where's right next to Dallas and Fort Worth? What is that called? Ew, North Texas. Sean, I'm also going to be in not that South Texas, but you know, like Irving. Yeah, Irving. Angie, I'm going to be in Irving in October. You're in Roseburg. No, Irving. Sorry. Quit guessing, Angie. Okay. Lise, I want to go to Denmark so bad. And you watch me from Brazil? I can try Galicia. J as in J for English or G as in G for English. Tell me. Kind of at the airport, Gretchen. I am going to be at the Irving Convention Center, which is basically the airport. You're on I-10, not that south. Where's I-10? All right, hold on. Shh. You guys were impressed with how quickly I could drink the water, whatever it was. Like that was a thing. I didn't realize that was like quite the skill set that impressed you guys. And I'm thirsty. And I genuinely think I can do this, but I might not do it. If it comes out my nose, it comes out my nose. Like you guys, I feel like you guys didn't suffer being forced to drink beverages. Oh my God, Sean. Well, I don't know that, Sean. What am I, a cartographer? Cartograph much? Everybody shut up. I opened my mouth too big. Like, you guys don't do that? You guys don't drink your water as fast as possible? I did, like, so the lip of this, not much for me pronouncing Dukalax. What is it, Dokalax? Is it something classier? Julie claims she's a lady, but she's not. Anyways, like that's, the fact that you guys don't drink water like that's crazy. Okay, I'm sweaty. Full gallon water you do in front of a Barack Obama for $1,000? A gallon of water? I don't know. I would die. See, Elephant knows she was in the Navy. You have to do it. You used to be able to chug a beer when I was a teen. It's harder when it's carbonated for sure. Thank you, Jessica. It is Jessica. It's got to be Jessica. Not going to sneeze again. Hi, my Mountain View 1036. I'm so funny. Where's the apron? Try my sleeve. Also, I'm talking about how sweaty I am. You know, the classy stuff. You drink the same way I do. Like, you got to get the fluids down or you get in trouble. Like, we had to stand in formation, drink a quart of water, I believe, and you had to hold it empty over your head. It's in this room. Like the sneezies are in the room with me. So you had to hold it over your head. And if you were like sipping, if you were taking your time, people were being physically punished as you like took your sweet ass time. And it was no good. Like you didn't want to be that person. So I can Also, they teach you how to pee super fast because they have to cycle through. Like, they have 7-minute potty breaks, but you have to cycle through like 500 people. Let me tell you. I'm not allergic to water. How's Leroy? He is healing, but there are a lot of scabs. But since it's such a flexible skin, the scabs aren't like scabbing great. And I'm pretty sure this is so, okay, we're classy, right? I'm pretty sure his testicles are going to scar white instead of black now. So we're going through a color change. I didn't. Shut up. I know. Hold on. I muted for the one that never came, so. I'm telling you, you guys, I didn't have allergies until I sat in this room. It's the room of sneezes. Ugh. Okay. Hey Beth, how am I recouping from my colonoscopy? I'm fine. It went really well. And also because I fasted for 4-ish days, my appetite's really low. So like I eat once a day. It's brilliant. I highly recommend. Like, I don't know if it was the fasting or the flushing or the probing, but I would do it again for the weight loss alone. Like, it was really nice. Your generation also stood in line and got 2 to 3 seconds to place the water fountain. Yes. Like, that's what you got. And that was what you got for the day. It's probably in your mattress. Oh, I hate that. It's not Mark's smell. Although his cologne, I finally was like, you have to put it on in the car outside of the house because it smells good to me. But when it's fresh sprayed, it was too much for me. Weight loss from intestinal worms. I want that. Okay, I thought it was crazy too, Angie, that they offered me something to drink and that it was sodas or juices. Like, it felt really, I'm going to open this window. Oh my God, that's a huge bug. I'm going to open this window. Okay. Yeah. Let in some of that breezy 73-degree air. It's actually kind of a nice breeze. Give you the dates. I have to both. It's the sniffing that I don't like you guys hearing. I'm sorry. One time for like a very special occasion, I'll blow my nose for you guys and you'll understand why I have to mute it. It's so loud. It's so loud. Okay, so it could be, except for I haven't, Karen, it could be a plant, but I hadn't opened the window. But that Coke was the best tasting thing that ever happened to me. So apparently I was asking my husband, I was like, do you think they'll give me another one? And it was one of the tiny little Cokes, like the tiny ones. I was like, do you think they'll give me another? And he picked it up and I had only taken like a third of a sip. Like, this one's full. And I was like, I drank so much of it, but I need more. And then they gave me I was blowing my nose afterwards, obviously. And they gave me the tissues. And it was like the kindest gesture. She's like, do you want to bring this with you? And I was like, oh my God, I do. Thank you so much. Like, it was so stupid. Okay, so at Lena, what the hell would Lena say? Too far, can't see. Okay. Yeah, it's weird that they gave me that, Gretchen. I don't know. So did I get it at a certain age? So I'm turning 43 next month. Yes, because it's February. I turned 43 in March. But the VA, because I switched over providers in the VA, from one that was like an hour and a half from me to one that's in my town, because I didn't know there was one in my town. When you meet up with them, they're like, what else is wrong? What else do you want to see? So like you can be like, my bones hurt. Can I go to a chiropractor? And so I was like, sometimes my stomach's a little upset. So they're like, let's go to gastroenterology. And the gastroenterologist is like, sorry, I didn't burp. They're like, it's fine, but do you want a colonoscopy? And I was like, you bet I do. Oh, Elephant, thank you for joining, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Hi, Meg. You get the great drugs for those appointments. I can't believe they don't knock out everybody else in the world. That's weird. And okay, so, all right. So I was pregnant with Calvin. So we had the twins, but I was pregnant with Calvin, and we were in North Dakota, right? And I was pretty sure I was in labor. Spoilers, I was just peeing my pants. But I thought my water broke. And I called Mark, and Mark was at work. And I was like, we have to go to the hospital. Like, we have to go to the hospital. So Mark is in full gear, right? He has the U.S. Marshal, Fugitive Task Force, guns, tasers. He looks like like they all look like a-holes. Because they all are, but they're nice to us. Like, he was dressed, right? And it's a small town. So, like, anytime a federal prisoner is unwell and needs to go to the hospital, they have to sit with them. So Mark is at the hospital frequently, not a huge town. And so, like, and sit on people. Like, you have to wait until they're done and then you can go home. And so we're there, and I'm like walking around, pacing, trying to figure things out or something. And the nurse looks at Mark and she's like, are you on duty? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, no. Well, no, because I'm like me, I'm his wife. Like, I'm not an inmate. Please don't think that I'm a criminal. I'm not. Like, I'm just his wife and stuff. And so, like, I'm trying to explain how I'm not currently in prison. And Mark's trying to explain that, like, he did just get off of work. But the thing with federal officers is that their laws of where they can and cannot carry are completely different than, like, a municipal cop or basically any other cop. He can have his weapons in libraries, in schools, at the hospital, basically everywhere. Whereas regular cops don't. She's like, you're going to have to lock that gun up. And he's like, nope, I don't. And so I'm coming out of it, and I, for some reason, think, what if he brought a gun today? And so, like, I wanted them to know that if my husband has a gun, it's because he's a cop, not because I'm a criminal. But none of that came out. Just all that came out was like, my husband might have a gun when you go get him. And he's like, he came in, he's like, why would you tell him that? I was like, so loopy. I had no idea. Shortly thereafter, the doctor comes and talks to me. And I don't think that should happen because I don't remember any of what the doctor said. And Mark kind of thinks that I remember. So he's like trickle-truthing me what the doctor said, which was, by the way, everything looks great. And, like, they took some biopsies just for funsies. Like, this seems good. Like, so I get my money's worth, I guess. And you don't think I should say, oh, I think you're supposed to say pew pew. Dang it. Well, that ship has sailed, Crystal, because I said it a bunch. Also, I mean, like, okay, you're right. I'm sorry, honey. The thing, his weapon, should I say that? And I was like, my husband brought his weapon with him. And I don't want you guys to be intimidated or try to take him from me. So anyways, and so, like, the doctor's like, this is fine. And by the way, they called me the biopsies. They're like, there's no inflammation. I was like, you have to cut pieces out of people to see whether or not it's inflamed. That's weird. But, like, apparently I just have a glorious colon. Everybody be jealous. It's phenomenal. And, like, I have no memory of this. And then Mark said I was pretty dismissively rude to the doctor because the doctor would be like, hey, so we took biopsies. And then I'd be like, did you take any biopsies? And he's like, yeah, 4. And I was like, okay, for, like, why? And he had just said, and so finally at one point I was like, okay. And then I got distracted. I think I just forgot the doctor was there. And so he's like, okay. And then he left. And I was like, I'm not trying to be rude. Like, thanks, you guys. I'm so proud of it as well. His weapon, yeah, and I was worried that all the nurses would be distracted by my husband's weapon, so I wanted to warn people. But clearly he didn't have one. There's like a time in our lives where we couldn't even go to Target without him being like, gotta get packing heat. And I was like, yes, for the inevitable shootout at the Target. But federal agents just work differently. They're ridiculous. But it's nice to be married to them. Congrats on the colon. Thank you, you guys. It's really nice. Like I have a really, really pretty one, I guess. And then also, it really did. Thank you. Also, I remember I kind of touched upon it in my video, but I was really shocked with how frantic everybody was. But in retrospect, I'm so grateful that they listened to my fear. When I said, I'm scared, I don't want you to comfort me through this. I just want you to knock me unconscious as quick as possible. They took that to heart. It was seconds. I was in there 20, 30 seconds before she was putting that in. It hurt real bad. But this is Doe shaking. Hey, Matthew, how are you, sweetheart? I am staying efficient. And I am not talking about my colon. Get out of here. Matthew, we're talking about my colonoscopy. You have to leave. You don't want to hear about that. Everybody say hi, Matthew. Matthew and his girlfriend, he dipped back in once. They're still doing quite well. And I'm very excited about that for them. And we probably can get to ask Matthew one good question about his girlfriend if we want to. Probably did you meet her parents yet? I don't really have it. I don't have a colon. So I don't understand how that all went down. You have a stepbrother named Matthew? Probably the same dude. There's only one of them. Hi, Momos. You are hilarious. Quit bullying me. But you're sweet and funny. Okay, Matthew left, so I guess we don't get to know if he met her parents. But I hope he did. Oh, not yet. You're going to do that soon? Ooh, that's so cute. That makes me really happy. So, yeah, I'm way too involved in his life. I really love details, and it's terrible for him. Poor guy. You knew 4 Matthews growing up? That's not true in Mama's Life. Also, in Mama's Life, if you did drop your name, I got distracted by talking about how, I have a pristine colon. So could you tell me it again? Bye, Matthew. Love you. It's Emma. Thank you, baby. Hi, Brenda. How are you, sweethearts? You wish you had not met my in-laws. They were hot garbage. Ooh, that's funny. Hi, Dia, sweetheart. How was the prep? It wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. I do believe that fasting prior helped. Matthew went into my group chat and outed me to all my bros. A jerk. Oh no, I hope they don't come in. It's going to be horrible. They're the worst sorts of humans. And it's just straight evil, terrible bullying from them. And I love it so much. I love them so much. Thank you, Joanna. I just, it's not so bad. You guys don't put it off because you're scared. Really don't. It's not that scary, to be honest. Unless you're not in America and you have to be awake through it, then I'd probably be scared. My forever love is the one with the hot mess in-laws. Oh no, Emma, that's funny. Did they make you stop the Coke before the colonoscopy? You didn't address that? I was on a fast, so that includes hardcore drugs. I lost 8 pounds through fasting and everything, so. You don't have to, Dia, I love that, babe. I'm so glad that you don't have cancer. Here in New Zealand, you are awake for it? Gross, Angela. Hate that. When I take over New Zealand, we will change that because And somebody's like, it doesn't hurt that much. And it was like, I don't think it should hurt at all. That's stupid. Although I really feel like LA fans, I'm pretty sure it does. Because when I was talking to one of the nurses, they're like, well, and I was like, well, I fasted before. And she goes, oh, I do that for mine too. It's way better. So, the procedure hurt a lot. See? But I have to say, I don't think this is for everybody. I think it's a me and a few people thing. My IV hurts a little bit in general. Like it just, I was like, doesn't feel like it's in a great spot. She's like, do you want me to redo it? And I was like, absolutely not, because it did not feel good going in. And then when they flush, hey, Jamie, wait, I already said hi to Jamie. Jamie, I take it back. Stick it, Jamie. When they flushed it, I was like, that hurt. That did sting. And she's like, that was not supposed to sting. The next part's going to hurt. And honestly, it was on par with child labor contractions, like giving birth. Not giving birth, but contractions. It was on par. It was wildly painful. Your partner wasn't clear? Wow, mine was like right off the bat. Honestly, I had transitioned to like the yellow fluid that they were looking for by my 7th glass. Ew, yuck, Patricia, I don't want a stent in my heart while I'm awake. Gross. It just did not feel good. I really didn't have very much. Like it was so painful. I was so excited that I was going to be unconscious soon and kind of wanted her to stop because it was almost intolerable pain and I have a very high pain level. Dia, just subscribe to you, Jamie. How dare you? She sucks. Jamie sucks. Dia, you're fine. I said that crazy. You didn't put food on your floor instead of your mouth. That would just be dumb. The stuff you drink, it was so gross. And I got really nauseous. Really, really nauseous. You're cool with all of it, but the needle, a lot of people don't like needles. It doesn't bother me. Kristen, I talked about a lot of different things. You missed a lot. You had an endo and a colon at once. Good times. Hopefully one before the other, and they didn't confuse the tubes. You had a very painful IV with your hysterectomy. I hate that. Yeah, I was really close to throwing up. I was really shocked I didn't. And I was shocked with how cold I was. And I'm going to blow my nose for you. Ready? Oh, my daughter's making a cat noise. Hold on. This is why I mute it, okay? That's how loud I blow my nose. Every single time. Like, my husband's like, I would be able to pick you out blowing your nose in like a crowded airport. If I had no idea you were in the same airport, I'd be like, my wife. It's really loud. My kids go like this. It's so not classy. It's like I woke up Lena's cat. I'm so sorry. Almost you are. So yeah, it's really, really loud. That's why I mute. And also I don't want people, don't be all touching your nose on camera. Gross. You're booked to get a tubal ligation. You're going to get your tubes and you're scared it's your first major surgery. I bet you're scared. Emma, it's scary. And I won't be like, oh, don't be scared. It's scary and that sucks and I'm so sorry, baby. It was, thank you, Jamie. Your husband sneezes constantly, so do I. Okay, Donna's from New Zealand and you offer up your house's headquarters for the apocalypse. I'm very excited about that. She's suing, she's like, no, a tubal ligation where they, like cut your tubes and then so you can't have babies. Momo's had your tubes removed in October. 100% thought you were a dude until then. I guess like vasectomy is also involving tubes. So confirm which tube. You've had 7 children? Oh my God, Emma. That's a lot. Did you have any twins or did you have 7 pregnancies? Um, right, I was so dopey, and everybody's like, "Oh, you'll just bounce right back," and I was like, "No." And then I was really heavy, like I felt like I was made out of sand, and I really was tired, but I could not fall asleep. I kept trying to fall asleep, and I could not fall asleep. You were intubated for 5 days, babe. Okay, Jen says, not that bad. Your daughter bleats like a goat. That's funny. Okay. You had extensive mouth surgery and you peed your pants well out. Well, I hate that. But I do think that peeing yourself during surgery is like super common. Because like, you had 12 pregnancies. Emma, my love. Only one multiple, but only one child lived from that multiple pregnancy. That's heartbreaking, and I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You were getting waterlogged for me. It was a lot, and it was so rapid too. And I just felt really full. But luckily, somebody's like, weren't there calories in that? Like, could you count it as fasting if there were calories in there? I was like, if there were calories, they were not in my system very long. I'm not joking. Like, I do not think there were a ton of calories being processed by me. Oh, Crystal, promoting Jamie. Crystal, I'm going to unmod you. How dare you? Jamie is the worst. She's like trying to trick everybody to be minimalist. I can tell. She's like, ooh, declutter. And I'm like, no, hoard. We must hoard. Like, big declutter is after us all. After us all. But like, Cindy, it was 10 minutes. So like, if you sipped it, what if you sipped it for 2 minutes and it tasted disgusting? If you sipped it for 2 minutes and then towards the end, it really is time management. Like the time management of those 10 minutes of the things that you're trying to get accomplished, it's a lot. I guess if you're not filming it, you could just move the cup next to the toilet and drink as you're going. I love that, Jamie, because I think you're amazing. And I love that we have overlapping fan bases. This is heresy, but I don't remember. Apparently, I woke up from my hysterectomy fighting, literally fighting. That makes sense to me, Jen. Meg, I don't want to declutter. I bought that shit because I like it. Same. You mentioned Jamie to living with Cambria today. That's so sweet, Mary. I drink as I go. Made you laugh when I talked about the deodorant that was almost empty coming out and I was still trying to use it. It's so weird, the things that like I get really stuck on where I'm like, there's still a little bit left. I don't know why I'm like that. Because I can let things go if they're not serving a purpose for me. But like, if they had served a purpose for me, like toothpaste is not that expensive. And yet I am out there being like I push my thumb up into the tube part to get it out. Like, why am I fighting so hard for what has to be maybe an 1/18 of a penny? But man, I am on it. And I'm not cheap. Like, I buy ridiculous shit all the time. But I get very fixated on things. Oh, Brenda forgot to buy toothpaste. You're going to be gross. You've broken a nail in toothpaste too. Gretchen, that is dedication. Love it. When the little bit flings out of the dispenser and onto the floor, I throw it out. I don't. I pick it up and try to put it back in my deodorant. Like I saw a, what was it? The World's Cheapest People or something like that. Like it was when they try to embarrass people for being really, 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 really grossly frugal. Also, I want to loop to Tiger King in a minute. But where they would save all of their basically out deodorants and then like melt it to make one new deodorant. And I was like, don't hate that idea. They still have 2 ringers at art stores. Just get one. Ooh, Brett, good choice. Andre, it's not, for me, it's not the money about the toothpaste. The last bit is me not having to go out another day. I have probably 6 I don't know. I saw 2 very full toothpastes in my son's room. I feel like he's just taking them. I have at least 3 toothpastes in my closet, I think. Ah, my hip. I'm so old. Okay. Maybe I have no toothpaste. Oop. Okay. I have to stop buying these. I keep adding them to my cart, but I have, this one has 2 in it. Then I have a full one. They have 4 packs and a night pack, 5 packs, and another full one. Like I'm pretty set. And then I have these. I need to organize in here. These, I have 3 dry shampoos, conditioner, shampoo. Oh, these could be best friends, but we apparently did not take them from the same. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different face washes. Sorry. This is disgusting. Oh, this came out of my trailer. I mean, my RV. I have 3 different body washes for men. Toilet wands. Okay, so I'm tragically low on toothpaste. I only have 2 tubes of toothpaste. Women's body wash. Head and Shoulders. So, yeah, but I will cling to the bitter ends of my body wash, my shampoo, my everything. Like it's crazy. Ugh, that closet's gross. So yeah. I do like to stockpile because, like, what if, so for example, okay, I always say it's zombies because zombies are hilarious and fun. They will not be hilarious when they come to get us, but it's nicer to say, like, I want to prepare in case my husband dies, in case there's a government shutdown and we get furloughed for several months, in case, like we hit a financial tragedy and need to find our way through. Like there was a while where I went to the wrong dentist and that was a $1,300 mistake because I thought they were in network. They said they were in network. They weren't in freaking network. It was a $1,300 1 month where you're just like, oh, okay. So it takes a lot of issues. Like it takes a lot of, I want to be able to buffer. I want to be able to be like, fine, that comes from the food budget and let's just eat the food we have. Or the elk are trying to break your fence. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Momo's is definitely a girl because she only hasn't had her period in 2 years. Momo's is a girl. It's hard when you don't have storage space, Kat. I totally agree. I've been trying not to backstock as much. I had too much and it was hard to store it all. Yes. And you can hit that tipping point where clearly you're like, okay, this isn't stockpiling for use. This is something else. Like if you, like they talk about a lot of the preppers, the food preppers, where it's like it's food hoarding. And that's true. You don't need 30, 40 boxes of cereal. You don't need 30 to 40 boxes of cereal, but maybe you need 4 boxes of cereal. And we do live in a place where we get hurricanes, tornadoes, that one ice storm, but we're done for a decade. We have severe weather, flooding. And so I don't want to be the person who's like, frick, I desperately need to go out while people are still working on getting the power lines back up. Or, like, I don't want to add to the chaos in town. Hi, Giselle. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I say it's for the zombie apocalypse, but it's just for if I need to buffer for life. Farm and Chick Lisa, same. My mom and I liked having a little extra, right? But your dad doesn't believe in it. It's so hard when two completely opposing people get married. But my husband and I are on the same train of thought for that, where we're like, okay, we want to be able to buffer. And it does help that we're not paycheck to paycheck. Like, if it has to be hard to like add to, if you're barely making it, to be like, just spend another $100 on something, that's got to be hard. That's hard to do, you know? Dia has enough food for 6 months. Brett says, you know what's worth, Jamie, not seeing the listing that says 25 packs of pads instead of 25 pads. Oh my God. Right? That's a lot. Like if the Canadians take over America, yeah, that will be a wild situation that we will all need to be prepared for. Your period stopped for like 11 months after getting your first COVID injection. That's crazy. And it's never been the same since. Turns out you're in perimenopause. Check into hormones. The Canadians are coming. You have 6 weeks of food and stuff in case Armageddon breaks out, right? Like, I feel like, okay, 3 months I think is the most reasonable, because by then, if things aren't correcting, like if you're not getting help by 3 months, you're never getting help anyways. So those are some other choices that you're going to have to make. But like, look at North Carolina, like Asheville and stuff. They didn't think all those dams were going to break. Then the roads would wash out and nobody was going to be able to get in or out. Nobody's like, oh, I bet you this one catastrophic thing's going to happen. Nobody thinks that. Canada has the second largest military? Really? Are you forgetting? Like, we don't think Russia or Canada? I mean, Russia or China, maybe? You have one spare of things you use all the time. Lisa, that's not enough. Have 3. 2 newfies and a rowboat. Oh my God, that's so cute. Canada, Meg, now I want to see you a little bit more. How come you don't send me pictures of your newfies? Your doctor today said, nope, you can't get hormones, even though you're definitely in perimenopause. But in 10 years, she'd be happy to take me off of my unneeded birth control and give me hormones. Jamie, I would get a different doctor. Like, that's unacceptable to me. That seems really unacceptable. I was a bit scared to get on testosterone. Not because I didn't want a penis. I thought it'd be really fun to have one. But it was just a little nerve-wracking. Hold on. I'm going to turn, since the power's going up, that's not what I want. Since the sun's going down, I'm going to raise my light a little bit. You're 100%, thank goodness. I was a little concerned about the testosterone, but I looked into it. America doesn't use testosterone off-label for perimenopause, but like every other country does and has for decades. And they're like, this is amazing. And so now I was like, nice. And so it really helps with my hormonal migraines. It took those away completely. Melanie is trying to claim that she made a typo. Ha! She's going to the naturopath route for homeowners. Melanie, you only made a mistake when you said homeowners and not hormones. What about naturopath? You get biotin pellets. Is it just what hormones are in those, babe? Your hot flashes and being overheated easily kills me. That's like, I think why I started sweating. I was like, ugh, I'm hot. It's not hot in here. Sweet potato compound hormone. Oh, it's just a brand. CBD took your headaches away. You and your CBD. Testosterone is your nemesis, Cat. That sucks. And it's not even that much that I get. But when the pharmacist, who is clearly not used to it, he's like, you want progesterone and testosterone? I was like, yes. And I was like, because women also have testosterone. Also, I was talking to a dude and he's like, progesterone? What the? Do you mean testosterone? I was like, no. No, my love. We also have one called progesterone. Like, it's fine. You got a hysterectomy and a divorce, no more migraines? That's funny. You take progesterone orally, so do I. I messed up the other day and used the 3,000 milligram drops. Oh my Lord, girl. Bye, Cindy J. Have a good one, sweetheart. Okay. Let's pivot. Who wants to pivot? I love pivoting. Doctor, someone I'm good. I'm sure I'm done with any hint of menopause. You can get the birth control hormones. I haven't been on birth control since I was 23, 24. Also won't recommend an elective hysterectomy. Jamie, aren't you, how old are you? I thought you were 40. I just assumed you were 40. Pivot. Ha, Dia wrote a typo. You dummy. Oh yeah, Tiger King. I think it was, okay, so here's where I was going with that. It was in the whole, the like, Frugal People show. What was that show called when they were like the cheapest, most extreme cheapskates or something like that? Cass, it depends. Doctors are really fussy about hysterectomies here. But remember in Tiger King when they were getting expired food and that's what like all the staff were eating? But then they took the expired foods and started making pizzas and selling it in their pizza store at the zoo. Oh, you know what? I might be on only top chat. Hold on. I got to figure this out. Damn it. I am on top messages only. I'm sorry, you guys. Poop. I must have missed a few things because I was only on top chat. You have not seen it, Melanie. It's so many twists, so many turns. It was amazing. It was amazing to watch because every time you're just like, what? It has it all. It has it all. Oh my God, you guys. I can't believe you haven't watched it. It's amazing. There are music videos. There's a gay throuple. Somebody kills themselves. There's a lot of there's running for president. There's a death like for hire, recycled food. Somebody gets their arm eaten off by a tiger. There's like a tiger sex cult. It's so good. It has it all. Hey, Gypsy Vixen, your big meanie staying on top chat. I just didn't know. I'm so sorry, babe. It switches on its own sometimes. Carol Baskins. It's so good. Mary, I'm sorry. Is this the opera? What? No, Tiger King. It was on Netflix. It was like what everybody watched during COVID. It was so good. It was real life. It's my first live stream. I'm new. It was like a fever dream. So good. And like it was caught on accident. So it opens with this guy who was like doing a documentary about alligators. It's something random. Monkeys. And some guy was like, hey, I got a tiger in my van. Do you want to see it? And then he's like, what? And there was a tiger in his van. And he went through a crazy rabbit hole filming all of this. And, like just happened to be there. I think Michael Jackson's alligators die in a fire there. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. It was wild. I loved it so much. The hair. Ugh. He thought he'd be pardoned for prison, so he did limo waiting. Like, it's so good. I think he still thinks he's going to get a pardon. And you're just like, why? Why would you? Also, Carol Baskins, what do we think? Yes or no? What do we think? Ghost Avenger Tiger King addiction? Cass says yes. Meg says yes. Brenda says yes. Hi, Clicker70, honey. Mary says yes. And good for her to get that bank on Cass. Lise. Crystal. Okay, so yeah, yes, right? Yes. For sure. I feel like yes. You have no doubt she fed him to the tigers. Like, I feel like yes. We are talking about whether or not Carol Baskins killed her husband. Okay, and Dana doesn't know what we're talking about. Bye, Angie. Love you, honey. It was so crazy, wasn't it? The Ferals have voted guilty. Firing squad. Okay, when we take over the world, right? We are going to have capital punishment because there will be people trying to uprise, and the only way you can run a really good dictatorship / monarchy is to kill those who oppose you. Like, if you don't believe in capital punishment, it's fine. It's not even capital punishment. It's just execution for heresy, right? So that is not what we can vote on because it's a dictatorship, monarchy. But how, like, can we bring back the guillotine? I think is the best. I feel like we should do guillotine them because we have to save bullets for the zombies. And we will just pull them back a little bit so we just cut the head in half. That way we don't make new zombies, but it's very fast and efficient. DigiFox is leaving. Bye, babe. At least we're not having hangwomen. Yes, you guys can be, wow, you guys are on this. Walking off the plank of the cruise ship. Yes, when we're en route to New Zealand, we're having people walk the plank for sure. That sounds amazing. But Mary, we have to save our bullets. Public shaming. Yeah, of course public shaming is coming back for sure. And we can use them as meat. Julie, I am not comfortable with the cannibalism yet. But maybe. No, we're not eating them. But yeah, so perfect. Love that for us. We need pirate attire for the event. I do. Okay, so we will have outfits. We will have to everybody pack for the cruise your pirating outfits. That's what we're going to wear in transit. And then when we get to the islands, like, we have to wear our badass clothes, like tight pants, even though that doesn't seem practical. And we'll have our guns like low on our hips. And everybody gets a sports bra. Don't wear underwear. I don't think that's reasonable. But like maybe our shirts are kind of unbuttoned and we're all sweaty and dirty. And then we're going to fight the zombies looking like that. And then after that, maybe we'll do like a cute Renaissance look and we can wear really nice dresses. Can we take Feral Crew soon for practice? Oh, that would be so fun, Angela. I need a chin strap for my crystal tiara. I do. Pam's blind in her left eye. She gets an eye patch. I think that's amazing and perfect. Julie, don't worry. We'll have enough guns. Wait, do you pack your fat clothes or your skinny clothes? Honestly, it's going to be a bit of a transition. I say pack skinny because food will be not the easiest to come by. Please hold. Listen, you hussies, some of you are going to wear bras. We don't need, there's running. You want to run? You want to run without a bra on? No, you're making bad choices. I mean, because if you have to run and fight, we can't all just run and hold our boobs down. That's crazy. Brett, we're wearing bras. Everybody pack a sports bra. There's running involved. Sports bras are mandatory. Crystal's getting 2 bras because she's got some huge bazungas. I don't know why I said that, Crystal. I love you. At least you're going to be murdered. The zombies will chase us. There will be some running. Lori, you're running. Who is it that's in a wheelchair? I can't remember, but she doesn't have to run. Feed the hedonist to the slow the herds. That's a good point. You can't do a sports bra. It will strangle you. Fine, but you can't just hold your boobs the whole time. You have to fight some of the time. Crystal. Just don't be last. Right? That's why I'm practicing my running anyways. They will chase us around the cruise ship. No, it's before we get on the cruise ship and after we get off the cruise ship. Because New Zealand will have some zombies that we'll have to kill to establish the colony. That's really funny, Cass. We don't have fake ones, Beth. Well, that's not my fault. Lori's going to push the wheelchair. Ooh, tank tops with a built-in sports bras. Okay, so you know who I really want them to sponsor me, but Skivvies, the dresses. Hold on. It's in my closet. Hold on. Okay, they're on Instagram. They're long maxi dresses. Like this. But they have the built-in sports bras. And it's the most comfortable material in the universe. What I like about their website, which is super funny to me, their website, it says, they may have changed it, but it was like dresses. And you're like, okay. And then it's like pajamas. And I was like, yes, I would love that. It's the same page. Like they do, same page. They're like, yeah, it's both. Who cares? If you sleep in shit, it's a pajama. It's called Skivvies. I love these. You trip on, they're not as, I don't think I trip on mine. And I am 5'3"-ish. I'm 5'3" on a really solid day. You'd have to wear bike shorts under a dress. I wear like the seamless panties, you know, like they intentionally have the sides to where it doesn't seam. It's so soft though. I don't know, Dia. Cass, maybe they let you have both Coke and ADHD meds. Like maybe they let you have both. Jeff Dunham, what about him? We need a Peanut and a Walter and an Ahmed. Are we talking about puppeteers? 5'3", you can see her feet on her license picture. Yeah, I was trying to get some extra cash. Thighs rub enough to start a fire. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we have to, hi Nelly. Oh, someone mentioned him. Sorry, baby. But yeah, well, no, this isn't for the zombies. It's so soft. And we're just about at the weather where I have to wear it because it was 77 today. Are they expensive? They are a little bit expensive. I think they're like, so they are, I think like 100, but I wear them almost exclusively in the summer because it's so hot and wearing bras sounds stupid. That didn't come up. Okay, shh. S-K-I-V-Y-S. S-K-Y-V-I-S. Ah, found it. Yeah, it's called the Goddess Gown. $85 per dress. Is that expensive or not? Somebody tell me, because I feel like that's really expensive. Tart. I know it's so cold for you guys, but like we're almost in like the hot. Okay, it's expensive. I thought they were expensive. But then I wonder, because when people are like, my jeans are $230, I'm like, that's insane. Is the material natural? They do not disclose. It does not feel supernatural, but it doesn't feel super unnatural. There's definitely like some sort of acrylic situation happening. This is why I want them to sponsor me. I want the free expensive dresses. Okay. Okay, I don't know what this is. It's 92.7 modal and 7.3% spandex. What is modal? Are they thin enough to be see-through? I do not have that problem. I am concerned with this one because it's the only one that has lighter or white. All the other ones are solid and dark, and I don't think people can see anything. Oh, bamboo is super soft and so expensive though. If you have less in your closet, then the price is fine. How to take care of it? I just wash it and throw it in the dryer and call it a day. It doesn't matter what you give me. I'm going to put it in the washer and the dryer. Like, it's a strange name for clothes brand. Oh, what does it mean, Kristen? You miss eggs? You haven't bought any in weeks? Oh, Crystal, my love. Oop. I try to... Melanie, I tried to mute you. Like, sorry. That bra would not cut it for me. It's really hard for me as well. And I have to pull the stripes like all the way up. It's a bustier dress. It is, and I use it all the time. Like I wear it, that's all I rotate through. Modal, semi-synthetic from beech tree pulp. Okay. It is very breathable though. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. My husband like floated the idea of us moving to Alabama and I was like, yep, I'm on it. And so I was looking at Zillow houses and I was like, I really want chickens. And the area in Alabama that we were hypothetically moving to, the only homes available were new builds. And I was like, well, nothing to do with that. So now I'm not moving to Alabama. That's how you get them 3 kids is the busty dresses. I was not busty until after kids, to be honest. Bye, Emma. Have a good one, honey. Moved to Indiana. That wasn't why he floated, though. Ooh, Victorian home. Okay, so when we were joking around about moving to Scranton, Pennsylvania, I know I told you guys this, but like the house, it was a very old colonial looking house that the previous owners had painted every single color they could find in every single surface they could find. It was the ugliest thing that's ever happened. I was like, I need this house. This house, the remodeling this house, the content. Oh, it would have been crazy. Hi, Deborah. Pam's sending a link to a house. I guess I do wear tree pulp. It's very nice. I'd be a millionaire. Where, in Canada, babe? That creepy PA house, it was so good. If I can find it, I'll drop it in the Discord, Gretchen. Bamboo should not be so expensive. It's so easy to grow. It makes you mad. Right, Lisa? Tia's getting a coop. I really do. Hi, probably napping, honey. Welcome. Have I been thinking more about being a podcaster? I have, Rebecca. I want to be the sort of podcaster that has guests, and I don't really know how to go about getting guests or what we would talk about. I don't know. Oh my God, Melanie, that is very expensive. Informal British female domestic servant who performs is a skivvy. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Wait, hold on. Interesting. 245,000 built in 1900. Farm and chick Lisa. Like, obviously you have a farm, Lisa. I do want like a tiny goat. I do. Like a cute little goat. Momo says we can discuss how I thought you were a dude. Exotic terrain I also thought was a guy. And dinosaur I thought was a guy. All girls. Oh, that's so cute. She loves her chicken. I want chickens. Okay, Meg, I want to hear it. Meg, I do. I want chickens. I want the eggs. I want them to eat my compost. Chickens do eat their own eggs, Joanna. Like, you have to be careful with that. If you feed back chickens like cracked chicken shells in compost, like if you were to crack your eggs, make an omelet, and then you give them the shells, they'll learn to peck those and they'll start pecking their own eggs. So what you should do is like dry them out, crush up the shells and sprinkle it back in because it's a good source of calcium for them. But you don't want to train them to peck eggs. They will peck through their own. Joanna, they will eat their dead sisters. Yeah, like nature is crazy. I feel like we're really one of the few species that don't maybe eat our own young if we're a little bit bored. Okay, maybe not one of the few, but it's not uncommon in nature. Chickens are dinosaurs. That's so funny. Okay. Have I told you guys that I genuinely believe not dinosaurs, I'm so sorry. Dragons probably existed? And why? Have I told you guys that? Goats are kind of mean like talking. Okay, no. Okay, so the reason why I kind of feel like they probably did because it's like in the culture, we've talked about dragons for hundreds of years, right? But you can't tell me that's any weirder than giant lizards walked around. We thought they were lizards for a long time. Now we're like, maybe they were just like giant birds covered in feathers. And then one day, some dude was like digging in his yard for fun and was like, oh, what's this giant bone? And then we found out dinosaurs were a huge thing and roamed the earth like crazy. Like, that's insane to me. So if they were like one day they were like, oh, we looked here, maybe in the ocean, because we don't know anything about the ocean. If at one point they're like, oh, we found dragons, like what they were, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I fully would not be shocked if they're like, oh, we found where the dragon's bones are. I'd be like, makes sense. And like maybe the dinosaurs were the dragons, or it just feels like it. Or if they were like, they're actual living, like basically human mermaids, basically humans, but they live under the sea where we haven't really been. And there's like a whole society. I'd be like, yeah, sure. That makes sense too. Like I just feel like it wouldn't shock me so much. Wizard Merlin created dragons. They're made of magic and no one's left behind. See? Also, if people were like, here's magic, I'd be like, yes, that also makes sense. Like, what are we doing for dinner? Alex, I made my husband grill the pork. I made everything else, but tenderloin, rice, cucumber, and oranges. Honestly, Nessie's real. See, I don't think Nessie's real. I think it was a prank, and I hate that. I also think Bigfoot's fake. Although, a lot of people who I kind of was like, well, I believed you on a lot of other things, they started thinking into Bigfoot, so I don't know. Slow cooker curry sounds good, Julie. Okay, so most of us believe in Nessie. Bigfoot's real and so is Nessie. But when I go to Scotland, I am going to go to the Loch Ness. Why? Because Fife is relatively close to Loch Ness. And I would love to be in that zone. Take so many pictures. I would love to go to Fife. I really would. Take a ton of pictures. Leave. And then post them to YouTube and be like, I was here, Fifes. And then snub them because I think that would be really, really funny. And ghosts are real too. Like, I had a Yorkshire pudding. It was okay. It was okay. I don't love the English cuisine, and I'm so sorry. I just wish you guys would season your food more. Fife is closer. Okay, but Kristen, Scotland is like the same size as Georgia. All of your stuff is really close. It's very close to me. It's not, it's, to an American, you're like, oh yeah, that's close. We could drive there. Mushroom spores are more real than Bigfoot, but mushrooms have spores. Have I ever seen a ghost? I've seen things out of the corner of my eye that I thought were humans. Probably could have been a ghost. I don't know, but I've never like really seen. You're going to Scotland in 2 years, Brenda? I love that, honey. So Bigfoot and Morticia says, so Bigfoot and Nessie aren't real. Then I believe the female in a clean house aren't real either. Roads are the problem in Ireland and the UK. I do want to go to Scotland. I'm going to plan that trip. I have been planning that trip. I only need like $50,000 because I plan ridiculous trips. You got a heart from Acre Homestead. It only took 5 years. Hey, Mary. Becky is very nice. And she's a little bit shy. Or maybe I just came in super hot when I was talking to her and she was just like intense. But yeah, she was really nice, and her husband. And then, so I met Becky and I met Mandy from Mandy in the Making. And then Kimmy from She's in Her Apron as well. And they were all very kind to me. It was a fun little chat. So I hope to see them this year too. That'd be nice. There's a funny guy named Krishna Hall. He films his reactions to other YouTubers. You could be you and let us see how you react to crazy. Oh, that would be a good one. Are we near the end of this live? Maybe, Cairo. Are you tired of it? Kimmy is really sweet. I like her quite a bit. And I was watching a lot of Mandy in the Making food things when I was doing my prep because I was like really hungry and she was making some good food. Jamie showed up. Let's go. I don't want to talk to her anymore. Jamie was in here earlier. I've just been ignoring her the most I could. I know, I was watching a really old thing of the Jodi Arias trial, and then I clicked out and I was looking in Discord. I was like, no, Jamie's live. And it was at the exact end of it. And I was like, dang it. So, the WODs, I don't watch the WODs. When is Matt gracing you with his presence? I think he's busy. Why isn't he talking to me? What a jerk. Ew, Angela, I hate that you have to, I have to clean too. I almost cleaned today, but then I didn't. So that was fun. Okay, so you guys, what are you, let's do choose Beth's adventure. What should we do for content for the rest of February? What would you guys want to see? Matt came to your live. Oh, Jamie, I love that. He totally got me with that melody. I did restart my phone. What a jerk. It's so funny because like Mac and I talk often. Like we're friends. And then we're just cruel to each other on YouTube. It's so funny how mean we are. But like, if I called him right now, he would answer. And I feel like that's weird because when I first started talking to him, I like had some respect for him because he was a big YouTuber. And I was like, oh my goodness, you know, like treat this reasonably. And now I'm like, this asshole. Like, I don't know. It's fun being friends with somebody, if that makes sense. You're too cold to clean, Dia? Me too. It's too chilly. Okay, so Meg says clean out your island and reset it like all the drawers too. I do think that's a good idea. I was thinking about a deep clean of the kitchen where I actually pull out and see what's behind my fridge. Terrified of cockroaches. Just because 'tis the season for them. And what if I have them in my house? Blech. Also terrified of how much dog hair is going to be back there. So, and I need to deep clean my fridge. Like, I can't fit food in there, and I'm out of containers to store food in. And I was like, where are all my containers? They're in the fridge with old food in them that I'm like, ugh, and I just keep pushing it back. So I should do that. Thank you, Cass. Everyone work on the same room each week and then discuss for February. Like the one on the back of which chair, babe? Clean out the entryway shelf unit thing. Shut up, Morticia. I hate that place. I do have, no, Dia, I do not need to buy another freezer. I have 3 freezers. Okay, hold on. Okay, in upcoming content, I'd love to see Tribe Wife. Shut up, Crystal. Ugh. Rebecca, seeing you get your trailer ready. Yes, so that's going to be, I think, April, like later March and then April. We're not allowed to have my RV here. It has to be in storage. But it looks like because the twins both have orthodontist appointments the first week of April, it feels like my trip is going to be at least postponed to the later part of April. But so yeah, that will be a lot of it. You were joking about the roaches. I was late to the comment. Oh, Cairo, I didn't even see it, sweetheart. I'm genuinely like, what if there are roaches? Because I saw a cockroach the other day, and like they're this big. They're huge, and they're outside all of the time, and they're skittering around, and I haven't seen very many frogs. Like, I'm worried about our frogs. But like our windows are covered in frogs. Lizards are freaking everywhere. Like our bugs are huge. Oh yeah, I would have failed on Fear Factory, Lisa. They're so gross. Some advice about controlling pet hair. Do you have some for me, Joanna? Those are Palominos. Okay, well, I just thought they were, like, they're huge, you guys. Full house clean and tour. Kristen, shut up. I like how I'm like, give me advice. And then I'm like, hate all of you. So the roaches, Nelly, they're just in Georgia. That's just what happens when you live here. And also when I lived in Hawaii, they were everywhere. And they fly. Hi, Maze the service dog. The gator in the swamp got the frogs. Like, I'm genuinely worried about the frogs. I haven't heard them and I haven't seen them lately. And usually they're on our windows. Okay, I do need to do my windows. I do need to do my back porch. It's super gross. And I want to reset it because it's coming into storm season and I love sitting on my back porch and watching storms. Mary, I was gonna do a Valentine's decorate video, but Mary's not gonna watch it. Have a yard sale to clear out the garage. Could be another Boxing Day sale. Maybe I could do that. Just changing the house filter. I think my husband just did it, but what we do need to do is vacuum off those registers that are up there. Yeah, it's so funny because people are like, oh, there's a lot of bugs. And yes, that's really funny. I really have to catch up. It's so funny because I'm like, we have huge cockroaches and people are like, gross. And we're like, because we live in Georgia, like the bugs get huge here. I remember when I was in Hawaii. So in Hawaii, you don't have air conditioning and you just don't. You have to be so rich to have air conditioning in Hawaii. But we lived in the ghetto. It was so amazing. We were pretty sure our neighbors next to us had like an illegal veterinary service because they had all sorts of random animals all of the time. And so living in Hawaii was okay. No, I wasn't a military wife. I was military, but it is where I met my husband. So I remember we did have one unit, like a tiny plug into your window units that had like fallen out or something, like it broke. So there was a gap in a screen and I was reading a book and something in a tank top, right? Like I was in my jammies, and there was a skittering across my back. And it's important to know that the illegal vet service, like there was goats back there. There was a lot of feces. It skittered across my back. It was a cockroach. And I start screaming, and like 20 more fly in through the window. Huge palmetto, whatever they are, huge flying cockroaches flocking to the lights in my room, and just, and so like we freak out. We're trying to get that part closed, and we're trying to find them. And I am like obsessed with the idea that we didn't get them all because there were so many. And I was like, oh my God. So we were like freaking out. And then we were trying to fall asleep. Right across my back again. And then also totally different day, whole different month, whole different thing. I was sitting on my bed doing something, and a gecko apparently had like fallen from my ceiling or let go, or just gave up on life, fell on my bed and hissed at me. Scared the shit out of me. And I lost it. It was so gross. Yeah, Clicker 70, are you in the Pacific Northwest? Because we used to get tiny ants in the spring as well. Your husband rat you out if you burn the house down? I wanted to. Oh, it was so wretched. It was so gross. And we have huge spiders here, like spiders. Luckily, I haven't seen any in the house, but they're like outside in the woods and such, and they're like banana spiders. It's so gross. Ugh, it's so gross. But yeah, so bugs here are way worse than up north. Like up north, everything freezes to death, and then you just get mosquitoes in the summer. It was so bad. So yeah, I'm genuinely a little concerned. And then, so maybe I'll do a whole house clean. I feel like my bug company that I have spray outside, I haven't seen them in a really long time. Like, do you think they broke up with me? Where are they? I haven't seen them. Are they not spraying? Am I not home when they spray? But if they come and they spray, and then sometimes a centipede like this long will make it into the house and like be in the middle of a room, which thrills all of the pets. And that only happens like towards the very end of when they had just recently sprayed. They're huge. They're so big and terrifying. Like the bugs here are so much. Some of our big tall apartment buildings in Toronto have a roach problem. Also bed bugs. So cold does take it all away. Well, that does not take it all away, I'm guessing, Melanie. Have I paid the bug bill? It has to be on auto pay, or I will never pay. Those are my two options. Either you draft it yourself, or I get to go to collections and you turn off all of my power and send like Dog the Bounty Hunter after me. I cannot. I'm so bad that way. Gross, Dia. Black widows are yuck. We have black widows here, and I think we also have brown recluses here, but I haven't seen them. In Texas, we have scorpion control. I'm so glad we don't have scorpions here. Are my bugs venomous? The centipedes are. Blah. Yeah, they're venomous, I believe, Lena. Thank God I haven't been bit yet. You have a stink bug problem? I genuinely wonder if the centipedes come in on Leroy. Like, I wonder, because he goes out in the woods and has like the best time of his life. And he's got such shaggy fur sometimes. Ew, Pam saw a black widow in her pet's room. You can't find May's the service dog? They were just here. We don't have stink bugs, I don't think. I wonder if they do, Gretchen, because I know he brings in ticks that way. And it's a real problem. He's on tick treatment, but that's if they bite, they fall off and die. If they just come in on him, they're still alive. You just commented, Karen, and it was blocked. I can see you right now, sweetheart. Gretchen's looking for her channel. Gross, cat. That's terrible. I didn't know that they hung out in your curtain rods. I bet you Leroy invites him. He's probably like, come on, buddies. He's like, come look. My testicles are changing colors. Yeah, and so then we get ticks every once in a while. And then also, Clicker70, did I see your reply above? Actually, I live just off of I-40 in Arkansas, and we have a large state RV park on a lake here. I'm not going to be in Arkansas, though. Does the vet know what's causing it yet? We think that he got nicked by the groomer and then licked it, and everything got really infected. But the scabbing over of it, it's just hard because it's such a thin, flexible skin. You know, it's not like a stiff skin that you don't move very much. It's more like getting it on the crease of your eyelids where you're constantly blinking. So it's taking quite some time to heal. Arkansas is beautiful. I love Arkansas. But my path is down to Florida because I want to go through the Panhandle, and I want to be South Mississippi, Louisiana, to go through like their bayous and stuff like that and see that whole thing. And then I will go in Louisiana. I want to see where Bonnie and Clyde were gunned down. I'm going to be on that road. I was considering stopping in Montgomery and Jackson, Mississippi, Montgomery, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, to go to some of their civil rights museums. However, the parking and access, and for how it's not really safe in cities. So to have my vehicle with all of my pets in it and everything that we pack, to leave it kind of in not a safer space. And they don't have nearby RV parks to where like I could bus in easily. So we're just going to skip those until another time when I can just like take my car. They're not buried together, Clicker. I know. And I believe they're buried in Dallas, but they were gunned down in Louisiana. How's hubby? He's good, Steve. Welcome. So then in Texas, I have family. And then bye, Karen. Love you, honey. We have family that I'm going to see. And then I think we're going to go to New Mexico and go to the Grand Canyon. Then up to Arches in Utah. But then cross over Nevada and go into, I want to go up through the Sierras. I'm going to go take my kids to Donner Pass because we were talking about cannibals the other day. And I was like, let's go to Donner Pass. And then hopefully not, get stuck for the winter and eat each other. Live in Searcy. Where's Searcy, Jamie? Ew, I didn't know that, Patricia. Stink bugs don't eat. That's weird. Is it really 24 degrees Celsius at yours? I think so. And good night, sweetheart. Don't I also have an alligator in our yard? Not in my yard, but in my neighborhood. We have a couple. If they're smaller than 3 feet, they're not considered a nuisance, and you have to just let them hang out. Any news on his kidneys? His kidneys are doing decent right now, which is really exciting. Cannibal the Musical. Hi, Linda M. Hinault. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take you guys on this trip. Like, I'm absolutely going to film it, which I'm excited about, but also nervous about. But I do know that there's a good base of you guys watch my journey. And then I'll also have some cleaning content to, like, feed the algorithm every once in a while. Are the Georgia Guidestones still there? Where, Kat? Where are the Georgia Guidestones? Morticia, Jamie Chaotic's brother is in Searcy. Yeah, it's hot here, Kristen, but it gets so much hotter and so much stickier. Kat says, awesome, I'm on low sodium too. Sucks, but keeps the symptoms at bay. Yeah, he's feeling a little bit better. Come on in. What do you want?
Some donuts.
Oh, yeah, that's something you can ask your dad. He's capable. Bye. what happens more than when they reach 3 foot? You're curious now? You can actually call animal control and they'll remove them. But if they're smaller than 3 foot, no one will come take care of them, but everybody's worried about their kids and pets. So like a dad in the neighborhood eventually does it. Not quite Beth, but whatever. What do you mean, Mary? I'm sorry, I missed that part. Good night, Pam. Unless you're saying good night to other people. Good night, Lena, honey. I know my Arkansas crew. Dang, like, but I really want to go to the bayous. I do like Arkansas. And when I go there next, it will be with my husband because you guys also have the U.S. Marshals Museum at Fort Smith. I do like Arkansas though. But I feel like it's going to take like a month and a half to 2 months. And then I did the math. So gas-wise, it will be kind of expensive depending on the averages. It'll clearly be more expensive in California, Oregon, Washington than anywhere else. But I imagine it's going to cost maybe... Oh, my husband doesn't know how to do that. Okay, so hold on. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, you guys. The Hanging Judge Museum is in Fort Smith too. Ooh, that sounds cool. Georgia Guidance near Elberton. I don't know where Elberton is. I still don't know like my Georgia map the best. Oh, YouTube family in-laws. That's really cute, actually. Angela Pratt says it's 23 degrees here today. Not as hot as it has been. The temp isn't the problem. It's the humidity that's a killer. Are you saying Celsius, Angela? Because 23 Fahrenheit is not hot. Jamie's sister lives in Georgia. Oh, good. I have somebody to throw poop at. Alex, if you're going to I-10 in Louisiana, Texas in the RV, that will be awful. The roads are so narrow. But I'm in a huge RV. I'll just run people off the road. Had a flight school in Searcy. Where the hell is Searcy, you guys? Where? Oh, yeah, Angela's in... Okay, so that's like, what, 23 is close to 80? I think 23 degrees has to be 84 degrees. Meg. It's in Arkansas. Are you afraid to drive all that way by yourself? I am not, Dana. And I will tell you why as soon as 74 was so off. It'll come down about 70 degrees. It was 77 here. It's called a map, Beth. Look it up. I am not afraid to drive all that way by myself. Here is why. Basically, everywhere I am, I'm close to a U.S. Marshal somewhere. Like there are offices all over the country, and it's not a big thing. It's not a big group of people. It's not. If Mark doesn't know somebody there, he knows somebody who knows somebody. So like, let's say something bad happens and I get hospitalized. I'm not that far from calling somebody who we trust to help me. Like anybody, if somebody was passing through and something happens, there are at least 10 wives here who would drop everything that they were doing to go help that family, if not the husbands. So I'm not far from support until my husband can get there. So it's actually not that scary for me. Also, I've always had really positive experiences. Most people are really great people. People are super helpful. And then, yeah, so no, I'm not that nervous. But I do get really stressed out and exhausted after a while. And I can get like really ramped up where I'm like, I'm definitely going to cry a couple times on this trip. But I see family every few stops, like Texas family, California family, Washington family, Minnesota family. So I'll have safety and a chance to recharge. I watch a channel from Florida and they complain about the cold. It's 39 Fahrenheit, but they call it negative 30 Floridian. It's true. I texted Millennial Meg today. I was like, do you want me to make you mad? And she's in Illinois. And she's like, yep. And I was like, it's a cold 74 right now. Like, it's chilly, but it's 74. And she's like, I hate you. And she's like, it's 23 degrees. I'm like, yes, but we acclimate differently. So, okay, so that's what I was going to say is I think it's going to cost about $3,500 in gas, but we don't eat out because we're bringing our fridge. We're, you know, a lot of places we're going to stay are parking lots or Harvest Host, which is a program where you can just, like, you get $30 worth of products like milk, beef, eggs, stuff like that. And then occasionally RV perks and stuff like that. But if we were to fly, it would be about that much to fly 5 people. And then we would have to rent a car to go. We'd have to fly into Oregon, probably Portland, and then rent a car to drive to Northern California, stay in a hotel for a week, and then drive to Washington, stay in a hotel for a week, then drive back to Portland to fly home. Like, it's not that much of a difference. And then also it's like content, so it's a write-off. You write it off. The trip will begin probably like the second week in April, and flying seems like a nightmare. Oh my god, I'm so scared to fly right now. And have boarding for all of our animals. I forgot about that, Cairo Kitten. I didn't even factor that in, but I'm taking all of my pets with me, so there's no boarding. You'd be overwhelmed. So Joanna, I'm not even prepping that much because I'm not putting myself on a timeline, because if you put yourself in a timeline, let's say I book all of my stops and I get stuck in traffic. All of a sudden you're driving until like 3 in the morning because you're supposed to make this stop, because if you don't make that stop, everything else falls. Like, there's too many dominoes down the road. My dominoes are going to be, I kind of decide at noon where hopefully I'm going to stop, and then stop there, you know, like, and I'm only going to drive a few hours a day, like 6 hours a day. So it's going to take for freaking ever, right? But if you don't push all of that planning out, you don't put yourself in a position where suddenly you're driving for 17 hours and you're tired, and that's when accidents get a little risky. So it's very fluid, which is helpful that I don't have a job, or, you know, and I'll have everything with me, because you could just be like, here's a Walmart, let's sleep, you know? I know I have to write out my list of how many, sorry, Kat, I know about the state mugs. I have to write out exactly which ones, and it might be the reason why I'm going through New Mexico and Arizona. That might have something to do with that, is the fact that I broke my New Mexico mug and I don't have an Arizona one. I'm really excited about it. It's not Potato's first trip, Cairo. It's going to be Potato's second trip. Hot Sauce the cat has been with us through Virginia's. When I was doing the Founding Fathers, I went to Jamestown. We went to Colonial Williamsburg. Those are neighbors. Thomas Jefferson's house, George Washington's house in Washington, D.C. Hot Sauce the cat came with us, and so did Leroy and Kesha. And then Sweet Potato went with us to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. But it's Blackberry the cat's first trip. She's never gone. You're still trying to figure out a hotel on the way to Georgia? Oh, babe. Yeah, motorhome, especially if you're at a big traffic jam, you have somewhere to pee, and it's glorious. And your pets, the cats, do they tolerate? They do. Because my cats are so deeply bonded to their person, that's all they want out of life, is to be with their person. Hot Sauce only wants to be with Sammy. He does not care what the situation is. That's all he wants, is to be next to Sammy. And Blackberry's kind of like that with Sonia too. Not to the obsessiveness that Hot Sauce is. And Sweet Potato, just, she doesn't care. She loves to bomb around places. Yes, clicker, plotting out the McDonald's playlands to wear the kids out. Also, when we traveled in the summer and the kids were young, we would try to find elementary schools because they were out for the summer and my kids needed to play. Jamie does the opposite in every single detail. On a trip this large, it's too hard. It's way too hard to do. How many cats do I have? 3. Pip to me is hot sauce to her. Yeah, it would be too stressful and too dangerous and also annoying. So I'm not going to do it. Plus, what if I change my mind? What if I'm like, Grand Canyon sounds stupid. Let's instead go here. Like, what if California is entirely on fire still? Then I can go to Colorado and ignore my cousin. If you drove 6 hours, you'd be 2/3 of the way down to the North Island of New Zealand, right? This is going to be 9,000 miles at a minimum. 9,000 miles. And I'm staying in the same country. Just not even all of the country. Like, there's still all of New England that I'm missing. You avoid rest stops? No, we stop there and just pee in our house because why would you go into a rest stop toilet if you have 2 toilets with you? That's good to know because my daughter and our kitten are also inseparable. And when it's a weekend with their dad, Kitty comes along with your kids, right? But gets stressed in the car and poos in the carrier. Okay, so it's a little bit different. So hot sauce will hide like under some pillows on the bed, but it's still their house. Oh, also hot sauce came with us when we moved from Oregon to Georgia. Like he was part of the family. So he's used to it. He doesn't love when the vehicle's going. That's why we're going to keep it a little bit shorter, like 6-hour days. But once you're stopped, they're like, yep, this is our stuff. This is our house. It's perfect. That's the full length of Ireland. See? Try way going to do it any other way than fly by the seat of my pants, right? And Jamie would have to, like, Jamie, we cannot get married. I'm sorry, we can't. Could you imagine the bickering? It's just not going to work for us. I'm a lot sadder about that than I thought I would be. It's new. I didn't realize that I was going to come to that conclusion today. Jamie, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's going to work. We can be friends. It's not you. It's not me. But I just don't think we can be married. You can keep the ring. Actually, I want it back. I'm going to pawn it. I'm good, Army Mom. Morticia will marry you, Jamie. See, lesbian trophy wife? I mean, come on. That's how I want a trophy wife, so I could be like, trophy wife. I don't want people to be like, damn, back on herself, quite the trophy wife. I'm like, I know. That's how rich I am. I got this thing. She's only here for my money. Oh, you're going to drive. That's way too far with a cat that hates the car, Meg. Having an RV avoids the dread. Don't make me stop this car, kids. Right? And it's so good. And we'll have Starlink. And that apparently, when we drive, we'll still have Wi-Fi, which means when I'm listening to YouTube like a podcast, it's not going to buffer. And my kids won't complain because they'll have access. And I'll be able to do live streams. I got the Starlink. Typically, I love torturing my kids and being like, oh, I forgot your iPad's at the house, which they've stopped believing. But I wanted to be able to do YouTube. And so I was like, okay, let's get Starlink. And once I told the kids, like, you're going to have your cat and you're going to have Wi-Fi, they're like, yeah, let's do it. This sounds great. And means I'm winding down. Right, Jamie? And then they can sleep on the couch because it has seatbelts. They can get snacks. They get up and pee. And it's all of their own stuff. So specifically, Sammy, she struggles with change of pace. So like if we travel, let's pretend we don't have an RV. If we travel, we stay at Holiday Inn Express. That's the hotels we stay at because they are very standardized and it's the one she's comfortable with. And she's like, because they have beds and pillows and a bathroom and TVs. And I was like, that's what they all have. But like, that's the one she likes. And we get really messed up with so much change. So traveling is really hard, and we can keep it together for a little bit of time. But when you're in your space, like that's our home as well. So you can be in a new place and be in your home. So the resetting and the emotional regulation is completely different. It's so much easier because you can decompress in your home. People don't come into our RV, and you just get that downtime, and it's a completely different experience. Bye, Lisa. Have fun, honey. Do the kids get along? Exceptionally well. Really, really well. I have very closely bonded kids. So like if I was going to rehome them, I would have to rehome them as a set. Because they're really bonded. Your commands demand the place with pancakes, right? Like, it's so funny. My kids are really attached to that one place. But I hate that because then you get into the pickle of being like, I have to make it to this freaking place because that's where my hotel is booked. And I've had many a very, very, very... One trip, we were going from, I think, Oregon to Florida or Oregon to Texas. Either way, you end up in Salt Lake City. And we were in the car, and it was really, really hard because the kids are so diet restricted. You have to cook and pack food for them in a cooler that eventually stops really being cold, so it's kind of risky. And so you have to get all three kids by myself, all three kids out, Kesha, who's the only dog we had, all of the food, pack it up in this thing. I'm tired. It's been a really hard day. And I was getting the kids up to the hotel room, and it was like one of those days where I was like trying not to cry. And I remember one of the kids dumped their toys, and it kind of fell under the car, and everybody's screaming, and they're much, much younger. And so like I'm packing it, and we go to bed, and I was like, we just need to sleep. We just need to reset, right? I woke up in the morning and I looked out the window, and Sammy's like, the car door's open. I just left the car door open the entire night. And I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate this so much. And I was so happy about that. Yes, Melanie, watch the Tiger King. It's so wild. Your aunt's borrowing an IV, and then we'll be buying an RV, and you'll be borrowing it for all those reasons. It's so good. You wish you were going to Georgia in an RV, not a U-Haul. Also, yeah, when we were moving, we packed up our house in Oregon. Mark had to wrap a few things up, and so we went in the RV to stay at his mother's in Washington. So I had the kids, the pets, and all of our stuff, and then I drove back down to Portland and picked him up, and then we drove to Georgia, but when we got here, we were here before our stuff. Luckily, the beds are built in upstairs, so I just had sheets, but like we brought in our coffee maker, we drug our mattress in with all of that bedding. We had food, we had kitchen like things, we had pots and pans. We had everything we needed in the RV to just pull into our house while we were waiting for our stuff, and it was really glorious. My husband wouldn't nap with me. I asked why he left. He said, because you fell asleep, and there was some woman talking about getting a colonoscopy on your phone. Just don't get your husband back in here. He will love me. Hi, Shannon. It sucks because I'm trying to wrap it up. Bye, mamas. Oh, that's really funny. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Also, how dare you nap? You sleep? How dare you? Walk the plank. That's it. Everybody get dressed like a pirate. Mike, no, I don't have a fifth wheel. I have a Class ARV because I'm always worried I'm going to get murdered at Walmart. So I wanted to be able to wake up from my bed, run to the driver's seat, and drive off. Like when I'm in a Walmart, I don't even put my slides out just in case I get murdered. And I didn't want to have to try to survive getting to the truck. And also RV, like the fifth wheels, You kind of don't have living space when the slides are in. And we sleep in parking lots too much. So, bye, Mary. Is my hand still sore from anesthesia? No, thank goodness. That was a wild amount of pain. Oh, hey, Exotic. I was talking about how I thought you were a boy for a while. Also, look. Do you have a travel trail, Meg? I love that. You had a pirate-themed baby shower? Oh, cute. Ahoy Baby is very cute. All right, you guys, I actually want to get off too. Shockingly, that water I had 110 minutes ago isn't holding me over anymore. I'm dehydrated. Where's the mousse? It's in my jewelry in the bathroom. I can't display it. It wouldn't look right. What's on Netflix? Oh, some people haven't watched Tiger King like an insane person. So, okay. I love you guys. I am not going to post a video this weekend because it's Super Bowl Sunday. That seems like an insane thing to compete with. I will have one for you when I feel like it, like usual. And it won't be me having a colonoscopy. So it should be a little less butt-centric. So, okay. I love you guys so much. Oh, you have to subscribe to comment, but like, I guess unsubscribe and resubscribe. I just wanted to make sure you guys were, because I think people, like, YouTube's doing the thing where people aren't staying subscribed and then they're like, oh no. But that does not apply here. It's not applicable. Okay. I love you. Everybody leave me alone.